All right. So good evening, everyone. And welcome back to our weekly show. You are tuned in to Estudyante Blues here in the Greatness Hub online channel. This is the only online channel affiliated with iHealth Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated. My name is Coach Luz and I will be your host for this evening. Welcome back to our show. So before we begin, guys, I would like to remind everyone, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, watch all our programs here in the Greatness Hub online channel. Once again, the only online channel affiliated with iHelp Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated. So, since we have a very limited time engagement, we go right down to our discussion for this evening. So, allow me to share my screen with you guys for a while. Okay, so our topic for this evening is college life adjustment. So why is it important for students to know what is college life and what are the different adjustments that they are to make? So transition in life is very, very challenging. At certain times, the changes actually pose a great threat in our being because going out of our comfort zone and adjusting to the different kinds of anticipation that we are to do actually gives us some kind of stress. Ayan, stress or a stressful situation. We at times anticipate these things as a threat. So knowing what lies ahead and what we are to expect actually gives us a little peace of mind, and eventually we are able to adapt to the new situation. So what are we to expect in this evening's discussion? So let us set up our objectives before we begin our talk. Okay, so the first objective for our discussion this evening is that for us to be able to help students in the transition of high school to college. So what are the different tips and tricks that we can give the students, know what are the expectations that they are to anticipate, and give them at least an idea on how they will be able to thrive in college. And be aware of the different adjustments that they are to expect in their college journey. Another objective for this evening is to know the different strategies to better adjust to the new environment, and finally, to help them to learn to appreciate, enjoy, and of course, make the most out of their college experience. All right, so since it's already the beginning of classes back to school, so welcome back, students. In some colleges and universities, private institutions, they already started their classes last Monday. And for the public school, they'll be opening their school doors by September. So this topic, guys, is basically prepared for you if you are going to your colleges or universities. Okay. So college life, a glimpse. Why do we have to go to college and why college journey, academic journey is very, very important. Always remember, guys, that we go to college basically to prepare us for our future career or professional life. And this is very, very important to take note that whatever we do in college, whatever we have experienced or we will be experiencing in college could actually affect our future professional life, right? So you have to really take into consideration that you have to do your best, put your best foot forward so that you'll be able to maximize your college academic journey for you to be able to better prepare for your professional life in 4 or 5 years to come. Okay. So your academic grades is your ticket for you to be able to get that dream job of yours and eventually achieve a successful, enjoyable, and rewarding career future life. All right. So next one, college versus high school life. So what's the difference? High school life and college life, both of this phase in yours and my life, they are similar, most likely similar academic journey. But as we go up the level, yan, from high school to college, there are also some sort of differences. So what are the differences between high school and college? So let us take them, discuss them, delve in them one by one. Okay. So for class schedule, first up, what's the difference between a class schedule of a high school student to a class schedule of a college student? If you could still recall, especially those who are fresh graduates from the senior high school or high school at that, when you are enrolled by either your parents or when you get to enroll yourselves to high school, your schedule, your class schedule is already being prepared in the box for you. So all you have to do is pay for the tuition and other fees, and then you'll be given a pre-made, pre-patterned schedule, mostly a back-to-back schedule, usually from 6:20, 6:40 in the morning, and usually ends around 2, 3, or sometimes 4 in the afternoon, depending upon your grade level or year level in the high school, right? So it's a back-to-back schedule with in-between breaks. So coffee break, 15, and lunch break, 45 minutes. But for the college, ayan, you are given the opportunity, the free hand to choose your schedule. Okay? You could either schedule your classes back to back, or you could actually have a free schedule from morning sched as early as 7:30 in the morning up to 9 o'clock in the evening, depending on the college, the university, or the school or technology that you will be enrolling yourselves into college. So you could either schedule your class back to back, or you could have in-between breaks yan, of your whole day schedule for the week. Another difference is that when you schedule your classes, usually the physical education subject falls on a school days, Monday to Friday, right? And for college, usually the PE schedule is also either Monday to Friday. Sometimes it is placed on a Saturday, and in certain instances, there are also classes on a Sunday. In high school, you have your classes Monday to Friday with a schedule. As for college, you have a schedule Monday up to Saturday, and sometimes NSTP is scheduled on a Sunday. Again, depending on the school or the institution or the college or the university that you will be enrolling. Okay. So class schedule in the high school, prepared, pre-patterned, pre-formatted. For college, you are given a free hand to choose your schedule, whether back-to-back or a lot of breaks in between classes. Second, for the classes, when you schedule your classes, usually you have classmates from first period up to the last period. So it could either be, again, back-to-back. In the high school, it's back-to-back. In the college, you could just have one class scheduled in a day, or you could actually pull back your schedule back-to-back also in a day, but that would be dependent on the availability of the subject. Okay. For your classes, you could have a block section. When we say block section, it's just like in the high school. Whoever your classmates are in the first class will also be your classmates in the second class, up to the last class. But in the college, you could have different classes, different teachers, different classmates in different classes. You could have also a block section or a mixed section all throughout the day. Next one, for the classmates. So this is what I was talking about. So in the high school, you have your first subject, similar class, all right? Second subject, similar class, except when you'll be having your elective classes, when you will be having classmates from different sections attending one particular major. So say, for example, you are majoring ABM accounting, so you will be having all your classmates in accounting. In college, it's also the same if you enroll in a block section, but if you enroll in a free section, so you could have mixed classmates per subject, different classmates, different from different programs or different departments. All right. For class materials, for high school, you will be given or you are assigned books per subject and you have to pay for the books before you attend your classes. At certain times, there are also workbooks wherein your class materials, your exercises, your activities are already bounded together, and all you have to do is review the class materials and answer the exercises, the quizzes, the assignments, the projects. But in college, most often than not, schools, colleges, and universities do not require you to buy books. They could only, they would give you reference materials for that. And at the beginning of the class, you will be given your prescribed syllabus, wherein the syllabus contains all the subjects, the topics, and the subtopics, together with the projects that you are to comply with for the duration of one semester. So you are given a whole lot of freedom to review and study different kinds of resource materials that could contribute to you understanding the topics assigned for the entire semester. So for high school, you are given prescribed materials. You are to buy all of those things. But for the college, you are given the privilege, you are given the freedom, you are empowered to study on your own, just giving you prescribed possible reference materials for you to study. Next, for high school, of course, diba, it's very important to discuss all about our friends because these are our support systems, no, during our academic journey. So for the high school, yeah, we were able to establish our friendships, our bonds, mostly with our clique, our norm, our colleagues, our gang, and our classmates. For college, it's also the same, especially for those people who would be taking in black sections. But in college, it would be more colorful because at certain times when you will be enrolling in a mixed program, meaning mixed course, you will get to encounter different kinds of people coming from different courses, different departments, different year level. So with that being said, you'll be able to expand more your relationship, and you are given the privilege to make friends to as many people as possible, depending on, of course, your preferences. But you will be given more expanded opportunity to meet other individuals coming from different orientations in your chosen university or college. Next one, for the campus. Ayan. So for campus naman, of course, in the college, in the high school that you are enrolled in, or you were enrolled last school year, so usually you are detailed to one area, the high school department. You are not allowed to loiter to the different departments, to the elementary or the college, if your campus actually have provisions for elementary and college. Okay, so you already explored that particular side of or part of that campus of yours, the area. But if you will be in a college or a university, you will be exploring at least more expanded territories. If you enroll in a university that is big, so the big universities, particularly in the metro or in the university belt, at certain times, you will have a class schedule that is situated in a different building. Unlike in high school, when you are to transfer to the next subject, It could either be the teacher transferring to your assigned room, right? And you will be staying there for the entire duration of the day or a specific class. At certain times, you are the ones transferring to another room, but in the same building. But in a college, as big as the college in the university belt, if you have a mixed class schedule, at certain times you will be transferring from one building of one department to another building of another department. And if it's going to be a bigger university, like a state university, at certain times you have to walk long ways, or at certain times take transport to transfer to another building. So that's the difference when it comes to campus. For teachers naman, what's the difference between the teachers of the high school and the college? For high school teachers, more often than not, they are full-time teachers, meaning they are there from the duration, from morning up to, from the first class up to the last class. It's usually 8 hours job or 7 hours job with 6 hours frontal teaching, and they are full-time. So whenever you need your professors for queries, clarifications, assistance, you could always find your teachers within the campus or usually in the teacher's lounge. But for the college, the difference is that although colleges and universities do have full-time teachers, and when you say full-time, they stay in the campus for like 6 hours and a couple of hours frontal teaching. But more often than not, universities, colleges, and technologies catering to college programs also have part-time teachers. And when we say part-time teachers, they are just there during the time frame of the subjects that they are teaching. Like say, for example, they are given 6 units load, and 6 units load is equivalent to 6 hours. It could either be that the teacher can be in the school for like 6 hours in a day, one day straight, or it could either be 2 days with the 3 hour subject teaching, or the teacher could be there 4 hours with 4 days in a week with 1.5 hours teaching per subject. Okay, and if your teacher is a part-timer, that would only mean that more often than not, you will find difficulty looking for or finding that part-time teacher of yours. Okay, so they will not be there available for you if you need such opportunity to consult or inquire, whatever. So all you have to do is ask for a schedule appointment for the teacher so that you'll be able to discuss whatever you need to discuss with that particular part-time college teacher of yours. Okay, so for gadgets, guys, in high school, more often than not, you are not even allowed to bring a cell phone, so much so other gadgets. High school institutions actually are very, very strict. From the guard checking in your bags, bag check before you go to inside the campus and inside the classes. So teachers also, although they do not do bag inspection, in most cases, they will just be requiring you to declare whether or not you have cell phones with you, gadgets and all. Okay, so if you bring your cell phone with you for emergency purposes, you have to declare that, and at certain times they are requesting you to bring your cell phone to the Office of Student Affairs for safekeeping so that you will not be distracted and use your cell phone. But in colleges and universities, you are actually allowed to bring with you your cell phones even inside the classroom with certain guidelines. You're also allowed to bring inside the campus your gadgets, headsets, laptop, of course. They are allowed specifically and most especially if the laptops, the tablets are to be used most especially with academic and for academic reasons. So they are not that strict when it comes to bringing gadgets. But what's important is that if you will be bringing gadgets, so check the guidelines. It's almost always included in the student's manual. Okay, so next up is uniform. Yeah, so we're all familiar with this one. For high school, of course, most cases, we do require students to wear uniform at all times. So there is always a uniform check every time you go to school. If you go to school with improper uniform, it's one of two things. You could either be sent home or you will be receiving disciplinary action slip. All right. And action slips are accumulated, and at the end of the day, it is equivalent to a disciplinary action. All right. So we do not want to do that. So we have to avoid receiving disciplinary action slips. All right. So high school, in most cases, they do require uniforms. For colleges and universities, guys, there are schools which still require you to wear uniforms, of course. And there are also colleges and universities which do not require uniform. So if wearing uniform is a thing for you, so you have to check out. No? Check with the colleges and universities of your preference whether or not they require college students to wear uniform or not. So that could guide you in your choosing of your college or a university. So some colleges require uniform, others do not. Ayan. So adjustments that you also have to make is allowance. Ayan. It's a good thing now that we are in the pandemic situation that we do schooling, either high school or college, inside our home. Sadly, sorry guys, right now, allowance is not that a big deal because since you do not go out of the house, in most cases, parents do not give you allowance. But in the traditional school setting, guys, usually if you go to college, you either enroll in a college or a university that needs you to travel, needing you to travel from your place of residence to your school of choice. And usually, when you say traveling, it entails transportation fare or transportation allowance. And aside from the transportation allowance that you have to compute on a weekly, on a semi-monthly or a monthly basis. So aside from your own allowance and plus the transportation allowance, plus of course the meal allowance and a whole lot of allowance. Okay, bottom line is that your high school allowance will be different from that of your college allowance. It's a bit bigger, bigger, okay? It's more than the high school allowance. But with so much thing to spend our allowance when we go to college. So it's really, really very, very important that you must learn how to budget. Okay? So financial budget is very, very important when you go to college because college life has a lot of surprises, right? So there are a lot of extra surprises that is being brought down, given, handed to you. So learn how to budget everything, not only financial. You also need to budget time, ayan, materials, and a whole lot more. But when it comes to allowance, yan, you will be given more allowance in college because you will be given the opportunity, the freedom to do a whole lot of budgeting. So you really must learn how to do that. All right. So we go now to college life. What are we to expect when we will be journeying already in our academic journey in college? First step is that you will be encountering new environment. So based from our discussion from a while ago, those are the things that you are to expect now from high school to college, the transition that you're going to do. Definitely when you will be in college, it would be a new environment. Although it's a school environment, right? Expect that there will be changes. Okay? So usually the most difficult of all in the transition from high school to college is the first few weeks after the opening of classes because it's just like you groping in the dark what to do. Right? That's why in most cases, colleges and universities do give onboarding activities. When we say onboarding, so there are a series of orientation programs being given to the students for them to accustom themselves to the new environment so that when the first day of class comes, they will not be having difficulty in the adjustments. So expect new environment. Of course, with the new environment, it is coupled with new relationships. And new relationships meaning you will be able to expand your communications with other people, expand your collaboration with other people, and you'll be able to make more friends coming from different cultures because there are colleges and universities with foreign students, diba? You will also be experiencing having classmates coming from different regions of the Philippines, of course. So you'll be learning a whole lot more when it comes to adjustments, maintaining, establishing and maintaining relationships, and keeping relationships. Ayan. Next up is that you will be expecting more freedom. Okay? More freedom in terms of one, you get to choose your school if you are free to choose your own school. Second is that you are given freedom to choose your class schedule, be it scheduling it back to back, scheduling your class in a block section or in a free section. Ayan. You could also choose to have to live in the school campus or near the school campus if your school is in the university belt, or you could also choose to stay in your house and travel every single day to and from the school. And of course, you are given the freedom to budget your time, budget your finances, and a whole lot more. So this freedom given to you when you already are in college, it actually develops in you a sense of responsibility. Yeah. So when you will be in college, you are given more freedom because the school, together with your family, thinks that you are already capable of making your own decisions. So, coupled with freedom, of course, is responsibility. So, being in college entitles you to be responsible for a whole lot of things. So, you are responsible for your academics, choose your course, choose your school, diba? Choose to be responsible academically. Ayan, you have to be responsible for choosing your friends. Hopefully, you choose the right sets of friends and good influence for you. And you could choose to become productive and academically inclined, productive, submitting your responsibilities on time, before the time, or comply with all academic requirements. You are also responsible for the different activities that you are engaged in college, extracurricular, co-curricular, and curricular activities. And you also have to be more responsible in the different kinds of relationship that you are to engage with, be it acquaintances, friendship, romantic relationship, professional relationship, and a whole lot more. So experiencing college develops in you that sense of responsibility. Ayan. Another thing that you have to look forward to in college is changing relationships. Right? People come and go in our life. Diba? We get to experience a whole lot of encounter with other people. And every encounter is a learning experience and an enriching one at that. And in college, since our duration for our academic encounter is semestral, so every now and then, we change program, we level up our academic challenges, and we get to experience different kinds of people. So every now and then, we get to meet, we get to keep. There are always hellos and goodbyes. But more important is that we know how to say, see you later. So it's just one big campus and we get a chance to bump into each other every chance we get. So learn to handle changing relationships. Ayan. So we go now to the different strategies on how we could make the most of our academic experience in our college life. So what are the different strategies that we can employ, adapt, and practice in our daily life as we venture into our college or universities? So first step is that we have to organize. Ayan. Organize, organize, organize. Organize your life. Simply organize your life. So how do you organize? Organizing meaning you really have to take track of everything. Okay? It's just like high school. The difference is that in high school, it's not pre-formatted. In college, you have your free hand, no, to choose your academic journey. So keep track of all the subjects that you enrolled in one semester. Take track of the different deadlines that you are to take note of so that you'll be able to submit all the requirements that your teachers have given to you. Take note of the different important dates like the midterms, the finals, the semifinals. There are preliminaries, no? Prelim, midterm, semifinals, finals. So these are important examination dates that you really have to take account. So how do you organize? Might as well use calendar. Okay, use an organizer. If you are into digital organizing, so much the better. You could actually use different applications to help you monitor all your activities, but do not be too dependent on this. Better also have your paper and pen, your manual calendar with you. But the key word there is organize. Okay? From class schedule to deadlines to seminars to projects and a whole lot more. So don't forget to organize. Second strategy that you have to do is develop a habit. Ayan, develop a habit. So one good habit is for you to organize. Diba? Another habit that you have to develop in college, very, very important, is that you develop a study habit. Okay, developing study habit actually gives you a free hand and an advantage to manage your learning experience into a sizable learning experience so that before you encounter cramming before the examination and major examination at that, you're able to review little chunks of your learning materials and collectively reviewing for a major examination will be a breeze. So develop that study habit, develop that skill to organize, right? And develop a habit to attending all your classes and going to class a bit earlier, right? So at least 5 minutes before the time so that you will not be harassed. Yeah, you will not be harassed and hurried and when it's going to be a little bit late for you to arrive at your class, your destination, because of some unforeseen events that you may encounter along the way. Next, stay focused. It's very, very important for us to stay focused because nowadays, with so much distractions in our hands, staying focused really, really is very, very important. So how do you stay focused? We have covered this topic for quite some time now. Avoid distractions. So one thing that you can be focused, develop your focus on is avoid multitasking. That's very, very important. Multitasking, as we term it, doing 2, 3 or more things simultaneously, at first glance seems to be productive because you will be able to finish more at such a short span of time. But remember this, guys. We can only serve one master at the same time. Okay? Meaning, if we do 2 things simultaneously, we cannot focus. We cannot give 100% of our attention, our energy, our talent, our skill to that particular thing that we are doing. So at some point during that multitasking, quantity is being sacrificed. Okay? So for us to stay focused as much as possible, Do one particular task at one time. Give it your 100% attention. Focus all your energy finishing that particular job. And after that, you move on to the next. Okay? And another thing that would help you to stay focused is to remove all distractions in your working space. So what are the distractions? One is social media. It's the biggest distractions. No? Social media is our biggest distraction, especially in the digital world. Our cell phone is also a distraction. So if you want to be productive, so put them in a place wherein you could actually have an easy access, but put it a little bit further away from you that would actually make you exert a little effort to get them, so that exerting effort to get all these distractions would prevent you from actually accessing them. All right. So for emergencies only, you could use your phone. Okay, so try to give your 100% attention to one particular task at one particular time, finishing that task, and then move on to the next. That is how we do and how we stay focused and finish that particular task and see it through. All right. Ayan. Next up is manage everything. We got a whole lot of things to manage when we are in college. And one of the most important thing that we have to manage in college is time. Time management is very, very important because we really will have a whole lot in our plate. Sabi nga natin kanina, you are given so much freedom in college, yet so much responsibility at the same time. So you will be managing academics, you will be managing your friends, yan, associates, colleagues, and colleagues and professional associations. You would also be managing finances. At certain times, you will also be managing organizations. And you will be managing your outputs and, of course, your academic status. So everything that you will be doing in college, you have to manage, even your emotions and even your reactions. So learn how to manage everything. So there are a whole lot of materials for time management, emotional management, financial management. You will be given a whole lot of lectures. It's part and parcel of the different learning opportunities in college. So as you go along, you will be more learned. You will be able to get strategies on how you'll be able to better manage all the things that you have to manage in your academic journey. So simply put, you really have to learn to manage everything that is being thrown at you in college, specifically your academics, your curricular, extracurricular activities. So time management is very, very important. Next up. All right, so you have to really eat healthy foods, not just eat foods, eat well-balanced diet, and as much as possible, eat healthy foods, fresh foods, natural foods. Okay, so eat healthy food. It's very, very important that you have to be healthy because you will be staying in college for like 4 or 5 years. And with the academic stress that you will be encountering, the academic journey, the academic demands, really pays for you to be healthy. So for one, eating the right food, the balanced food and the natural food would really, really make the difference. And equally important for the food that you eat is the rest that you take. So you have to take well, rest, and sleep. So nowadays, a whole lot of students experience difficulty sleeping. They actually develop insomnia. And these are lifetime problems. It's a lifestyle. So if you want to take good care of your health, and you have to sleep at least 8 hours a day. If your tasks, if your academic journey is so demanding, you have to at least have a good night's sleep. It doesn't matter if it's short or long. What's important is that you enjoy quality sleep. Okay, always remember to listen to your body. Your body tells you, whispers to you that there is something wrong inside. And when you feel aches and pain, your body tells you that you have to take a rest. So when you're not feeling good, it's already a sign that you have taken so much beating already. So rest and sleep well. You really need to be healthy. Ayan. Another thing is that you have to stay in touch. Staying in touch, particularly in this COVID pandemic situation, is our only defense to keep us grounded. Okay, so if you're feeling down and under the weather, find somebody you can connect with. You can actually share your ups and downs with. You're comfortable enough to open up. You need not get solutions to whatever you are encountering at the moment, but knowing at the back of your mind that other friends of yours actually got your back and they will be staying with you all throughout your journey and support you all the way, it really, really is important at this particular point in our lives. So make sure that you stay in touch no matter what. When the going gets tough, ayan, the tough gets going. It's very, very important that our friends have our backs. Okay? If you are not comfortable sharing your concerns with your friends, if you are already in college, you have your program heads with you, you have your teachers with you, you can actually find a confidant in them. You also have your guidance counselors with you and your dean with you. All you have to do is find a way to communicate with them and stay in touch. Ayan, be involved. Okay, another strategy that you could do for you to be able to make the most out of your academic journey in college is to be involved. Colleges and universities offer you a wide array of experiences in school and out of school. So you are given curricular, extracurricular, and co-curricular activities. You also are given the opportunity to share your talents and skills with your chosen community. So you have a whole lot of activities to participate in. So be involved. All you have to do is sign up, give your interest, inform them that you are willing to participate, and be involved. Because when you apply for a job after you graduate, community involvement, in school, out of school participation counts. It is one of the pogi and ganda points that is being looked for by future employers. And of course, the last is monitor your health. Ayan, it's very, very important that you take good care of your health because our health is our wealth. And being healthy for the duration of your academic journey in college is very, very important because you have a whole lot of challenges ahead of you. And all of these challenges that you will be encountering in your college life adds up to developing you to become a mature individual, a better person that is willingly and is being prepared fully for the next chapter of your life, which will be your professional journey right after your graduation. So it really, really is important to be healthy and monitor your health all throughout your academic journey so that when you will be journeying to the next chapter, which is your professional life, you'll be able to take on a much difficult challenges of a professional practitioner. Okay, so always be healthy, guys. So remember, monitor how you feel and ask for help if you need it. So know when to ask for help. If it's really is unbearable at some point in your life in college, so all you have to do is know when to ask for help. So where do you seek help? Madami po yan. You could actually ask help first and foremost to your parents. Ask help to your friends. Ayan. Ask help to your teachers, of course. Ask help to your guidance counselors, to your program heads, and to your dean as well. People in your academic community is there, ever available to give assistance to you, okay, whenever they are able. Okay, the most important thing to learn is when to ask for help. So if you need help, don't hesitate to ask. Okay? Stay connected with the people in your academic community. And of course, before we end this evening's discussion, so I would like to leave you with these thoughts to ponder according to one expert. Ayan. Our education is our passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. So this is one of the reasons why we give you this topic, okay? College life, adjustment, what to expect. So knowing what to expect at this point in time, even before you go to college, is a preparation enough for you to be able to anticipate what are you going to prepare for. The hurdles, diba? The challenges that you are to experience when you are in college. And this preparation today will give you an opportunity to better handle the challenges for tomorrow in preparation for a further tomorrow, which is your academic and professional journey as a professional practitioner in your own chosen field of expertise. So hopefully guys, our discussion for this morning, this evening rather, helps you in your preparation for your first few weeks in college. So once again, this is your host for this evening. My name is Coach Luz at your service, and you are tuned in to Estudyante Blues only here in the Greatness Hub online channel. So this is the only online channel affiliated with iHelp Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated. So I would like to say bye for now and see you again next week. Bye guys.